Hello, people, and welcome. Yes, Adrian is here with you today. Do you recognize me in this fabulous, I think I look like a golden doodle. I adore curly hair, and I have not shown you this wig that I bought months and months ago. I had put it on today, and it just, it was down to here. So I cut up a lot of this so we can start to see my forehead some. And we've got all this curl here. I just adore it. If I could have had this kind of curly hair, it would have been my choice in life. I don't mind having it loose, bouncy curls. Oh my gosh, I just think it's so wonderful. And I do enjoy that golden color, do you? Okay, but I am sitting here in the lounge, determined to get some recording done. I have been out and about shopping at 2 different Dollar Trees, over to Target, over to Bi-Mart, and I'd even done a Fred Meyer grocery run. Been over a week. It's about a good week. And I never showed you that, and that's all still in the freezer. Oh my gosh. I have so much to share. Well, the big day this past week, this is Saturday, April 26th. On Thursday, I was having a faux computer problem that I was buying into, and had also been experiencing my computer having a hard time charging. And I was like, oh my gosh. Been talking to a technician about the problem that I was having of a potential malware on my MacBook. Well, at one point, it was just getting very convoluted in trying to work with this man. And I'll even tell you that we were going into 30 minutes, and it was very difficult. It's the like, well, what do you see on your screen there? And I've worked with my Apple Care protection plan before, and they can be in the computer with you and seeing exactly what your screen is like so that they can help you. And that's where this man was trying to go, through this channel that he was trying to get me to make work. And I couldn't get it to work, and I couldn't get it to work. And at one point he said to me, listen, this isn't rocket science. Well, I flipped out. I started yelling, stop, be quiet, stop talking. And eventually he did. And I told him, you know what? I do have learning disabilities, which is none of your business per se. But don't you ever say to anybody it's not rocket science. You don't know who you're talking to on the other end of your phone line. And that was the most insulting thing that you could have said to me or to anybody. So he ended up apologizing. So that part was good. At this point, I'm noticing that my computer is down to only 29 power that in charge. That's all the charge that it had, was up to 29. And I thought, oh no, this has been giving me problems. I'm just going to cut this guy off. And in the same parking lot that Target is up the street is a computer and phone repair private business. So I went up there. The gentleman told me that there was nothing wrong with my computer ports that you plug in to get that charge. He said there's nothing wrong with them. What you need is to have a better block, that the power of the block and even the millimeters of the cord. So let's say that this cord is 1 millimeter, okay? I just got, I forgot to bring it to show you. No, anyhow, 2 millimeter. I'm going to look to get a 3 millimeter cord specifically for the MacBook. He said the more insulation, the better the charge connection and the faster the charge and all of these kinds of things. Well, I don't know what to tell you, because up till now things had been working, but they gave up the ghost. And one of the things I had thought was, you know, too much movement here, and that the wires inside had been bent enough. But I'm just not sure. What I was able to do was to buy with him a block that is 60 power. A lot of blocks that you'll buy are 20 power. Anything under 20 is such a low, next to useless. But we get by. Thus, I bought the 60 watt from him, and I need to get a longer cord, and I want to get the thicker cord that works with my MacBook. Thus, here I was Thursday, really nervous and anxious over what looked like a computer breach, and it turned out that he was the computer breach, as I learned with my computer man up the street. Yes, the very malware that I thought had been told me to call, and he goes, no, that's not Apple. That'll never be Apple. And I'm losing my train of thought, because I have just so much coming in, because that Thursday was so busy. Left that shop with my new, better cube, as we say, the cube. I do know that you can buy 20 watts, or so it says on Temu. I have a 20 watt that I had bought at AT&T when I got my phone. And the gentleman at the computer store did tell me, you have to be careful, if it's like a Temu, China situation, and you don't really know the manufacturer of that product type of situation, it could say a 20, but they're lying. I'm just going to say, but they're lying. So your master plug-in like this, doesn't matter if it's inexpensive or expensive. He said, this is a plug-in. That's fine. What is important is the block being a high power for the better, correct charge. And it does really become the faster charge as well. And to look at for important situations like charging my MacBook, go for the most millimeter for that installation, and a better job it will do. I have new cords that are 2 millimeter that I did get delivered from Temu, and he said, that's fine for the phone. The phone does not need the same oomph, the same juice as the computer does. I was glad to find all that out from him, so I left there feeling more at ease that it was not the terminal connection having been compromised on the computer. If I were to get a new computer, people, mine is 5 years old, and it's the smallest MacBook. It is the MacBook 13. And when you view a screen, you're viewing, it says the diagonal from the right, say, to the left-hand corner. So the MacBook is a 13-inch, but the viewing screen is considered 15. Go figure. Figure it out. Numbers. Thus, at this time in life, I would get the 15-inch with more memory, and it's that 15 then is going to give me on this way a 17-inch screen, as it were. All I know is that it would be a bigger screen, and with my eyes on the continual decline, I have the light cataracts. Some days are better than others. I have very dry eyes, and on a tired day of dry eye, more cloudy. The focus is not clear and wonderful. I can't help it. I just have so many curls. I can't help it. Thursday now. I'm leaving the computer shop and I am feeling phenomenal. Where did I head off to? It's been 2 years since I got the oil changed in my car. People, being a recluse, I hardly drive. Even when I do drive, I drive under 3,000 miles a year for sure. So, you know, if my daughter-in-law or my son, he doesn't, but if my daughter-in-law comes and, you know, will take my car because it's easier on gas to drive around if she comes up to Beaverton. So we could get a little more miles that way, people, but oh my gosh almighty. Let's go ahead. I got the oil changed and I was so proud of myself. I've been unable, that is part of my being a recluse. I was unable to leave the house and take care of getting the car done. So Thursday, computer store person off, pulled into Jiffy Lube and got my car oil changed. He gave me some coupons and such. So at a mid-level synthetic, it came to $90 and well worth it. I am telling you that when I pulled off the Jiffy Lube lot, I could feel the difference. It was like the car was like me after a bad month of March of starving and losing weight and feeling weak and hideous and no energy at all. Well, that's how my car was feeling. It said it was so happy. It was so happy with this wonderful new oil and additives and good stuff. It was just kind of like cushioning along. I really can't believe how different it did feel. Well, that got me also to go Jiffy Lube, turned around, I went to Buy Mart, and I went to Dollar Tree. That was what I was trying to make notes on because I was like, wait, I know that there was another one on here. For me to have gone to the computer store, the car oil change, the Dollar Tree, and Buy Mart. 4 stops. How phenomenal is that? Cool beans. Let's go ahead and we're going to look at what I got at Dollar Tree because it's birthday money time. Yes, indeed. My sister Chris from Napa always sends me $100 for my birthday. So sweet. And knows that, you know, she's giving me the gift of shopping, my favorite gift of all time. At the Dollar Tree, one thing that I picked up, I already have this tray. I have 2 trays of this shape, and one's the red with the watermelon, and the other is a blue with lemons or something. And in redecorating the bedroom, I have just been absolutely like spring cleaning and getting rid of a few small furniture pieces and this kind of stuff. So on the bottom of a small rolling rack, it's a miniature rolling rack for clothes, the base of it, I can put 2 trays side by side to create a shelf on the bottom of that roller rack, and I wanted them to match. And then at this time, they only had this one still, which has been around for several seasons at the Dollar Tree. Thus, I'll have this in the bedroom, and at some point, I will be able to show you what I have done in there. I'm really proud of myself. This burst of energy and doing things, it's just amazing. I've gone from absolutely practically being comatose to being up and about. I spent 5 hours this last week, one day of the days, 5 hours on just doing the bedroom, tearing it apart and setting it up in a new way. Oh, it's just so exciting when you do those things. Nesting, new nesting. This is part of the new nesting. I have something very shocking here to show you. That's going to be part of the new nesting. And yes, my Dollar Trees, both of them, the small, which is where I went to the small Dollar Tree, are getting all of the $3 and $5 items up and down the different aisles. And I found the only yellow one. You know, come on now. I got all of my yellow decor pieces matching in. And for $5, yes, I bought this darling 3-legged metal table for $5. Now that I'm sleeping back in the bedroom on the bed, which is the reason that I'm able to be up and doing things and getting a new enthusiasm on life, because my back is healing. It's almost normal. I've always, for years and years, I've had a lower back. We all can grow into that as part of the old age. Plus, I was a shipper and receiver, and I was strong, and I could lift a lot of stuff, but that takes its toll. Well, being a recluse and being in a seated position with my legs out, lounge style, I really, 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 really have destroyed my back. And 5 days of sleeping in the bedroom, which I haven't slept in the bedroom for over 2 years. I know, it's all crazy talk, people. It's all crazy talk. But my back forced me to crawl to the bedroom and get on that bed. Miss Sassy loves it because it's a full bed and there's plenty of room versus the lounge cot that we have here in the living area. This goes perfect. I have a yellow fuzzy blanket in there, and it's this shade of yellow. And now this little yellow side table is so lightweight. I can move it up and down next to the bed. I can put the computer on it. It's just so helpful, and only $5. If I see another yellow one, I will pick it up. We know yellow is my everything, and in fact, yellow is also the color for spring, summer in home decor and fashion. Yes. What else did I get? I was on Temu cruising looking for new pillowcase covers and just not being in love with anything. And certainly, I didn't want to be paying like $4 for one pillow cover. That's just not my style. So for $5, I let you know that everything around me in my apartment, whether it's my paintings or other artwork and such, everything has a face and eyes. So this cracked me up. I love the color story because, of course, it's yellow and bright red dots, and I love dots in art. I treated then for my birthday money. I got this fabulous piece of pizza pillow. And if you're going to have a piece of pizza, let's continue with the food thing. The other fabulous pillow for only $5 was the hamburger. Well, these kind of squishies, they're going to be able to fit right up to the sides of my back here. Give me that support when I am on the lounge or even on the bed. But these are for the lounge. These are for the living area. And do you just adore it? Look. Yay, people. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sister Chris. She's going to crack up when she sees these. Sister Chris from Napa, the retired winemaker, she is actually coming. She has godsons. that he's going to be a professional basketball player. He is phenomenal, and he's with, you know, basketball club and this and that, and he is totally working his way up to being a professional basketball player, and he's very, very good apparently. And so Sister Chris is coming because he's going to be playing a game, so she's coming on May 21st. How exciting is that? I'd say it's very, very exciting. Continuing on this wonderful day that got me to the Dollar Tree and to Buy Mart. Let's continue with what I got at Dollar Tree. I now know that when I moved over to the bedroom, I needed these smaller type of pads, note pads again, and it's fantastic that you can get 3 of them for the $1.25. Happy for that. I'm trying to put my table closer to me here. All right, let's put the hand in. All right, well, these are for the GrandTeen, of course, for 50 cents. How about Sour Patch Jelly Beans? He loves sour. Oh, gosh, he loves sour. And there was another one. How about the Troll? Trolle is the I or Y, Trolle, Sour Bright Jelly Beans. So here's a big, big one, and these are, they look kind of like rocks, colorful rocks. So he got that. That'll make him happy. To have on hand, I needed mayonnaise, so I picked up the little $1.25 mayonnaise. A little shake pepper for only $1.25. Got the shake pepper. I bought the ones that you know, it's its own little grinder, but it grinds very big. So I'm not a huge pepper eater. Okay. And they got aspirin back. I know I do believe I had told you recently how I was not able to find aspirin, and I had to buy, that's right, I showed you I bought aspirin with caffeine. I don't necessarily want caffeine. If my back aches and I want to take an aspirin at night, I don't necessarily want it to have any caffeine in it. What a joke, Adrian, all the energy shots and such. That day, I was letting myself have a prime drink. What the whistle. So I actually picked up 2 of these because it was very upsetting that they had not been available. All right, I think we are able to say congratulations on this fabulous Dollar Tree haul. Right there, I'm going to little container right here. I'm just going to prop up the Dollar Tree items there. This is my shopping bag, and I'm going to throw it across the room because it goes back out to the car. Now what I want to show you are the items that I bought at Buy Mart. Where was I? My gosh. Okay, that was 3 $5 items. So $15 at the Dollar Tree out of my birthday money. And do you recognize this, people? Look. Yeah, it's the large bog bag. This was on sale at Buy Mart for $20. $20 for this big, huge bog bag. We know that I use a green one as a purse, and from over a year ago, well over the year ago, I had the yellow one as a purse. This is just going to be the most fabulous back and forth tote to have. My son has invited me to come in June to stay for 2 weeks if I want at the apartment, because my daughter-in-law is going up to Houston, being able to see her mom in Austin with visits there, and such and such and such of family stuff. I will be taking Miss Sassy with me. I get the master bedroom with the small attached bathroom. I'm just really looking forward to it. As my son said, Mom, you want to have a staycation? Which of course means that I'm there to be company for Chester. Chester has GrandTeen at home during the day, but I'll also have his beloved grandma. I can't wait. My grand dog. I'm going to spend the most amount of time in years. Just get to love up my grand dog. Oh, oh, oh. This incredibly wonderful oversized tote bag in the color navy. It says it is 18 by 13 by 9.5 EVA durable material, easy to clean, resistant construction, tip resistant, and these shoulder straps. This is called a Plus, P-U-L-S-E, Pulse, a Pulse. Has the same bees that I have on my imitation bogg bags from Temu. Same idea. But I'm going to be able to use this as overnight, you know, going to everything. I'm going to use it to go shopping as one of my shopping totes. I had found, like with the purses, what's so excellent is I can put this down on the ground next to the car when I'm unlocking the door, things of that nature, and it doesn't fall over, and I know that I can wipe the bottom clean if necessary so it doesn't feel all grossed out, but it keeps its shape, and I'm just so excited. Thank you, Chris. I wouldn't have got this otherwise, it being birthday surprise time. Yes. Well, I just showed you from Dollar Tree for 50 cents. I was able to get GrandTeen some jelly beans, and that seems to be what was on hand in buying the after Easter candy. This one from Dollar Tree are these really big suckers. They really are big, okay? Sour Punch lollipops of assorted flavors. So these things, I think they were only half off. So it'd be under $2. Under $2. There's a lot in here. This is a big bag. And as I say, you can see how big the sucker is inside there. So lots of flavors. There says there's approximately 20 big suckers in there. So these aren't for little kids. These are for big kids. The big kids. Oh, look at me here. See everybody? Even thin people, we end up with this. So that's for GrandTeen. And also, I bought myself one of these that I've already eaten it, of course. Only took me 2 nights. Yep, half a bag in each sitting, Adrian. That's why I don't buy candy and have it in the house, because I will. I might have an eating, you know, I might have a food disorder. I don't call it an eating disorder because I can eat. Eating's not a problem. When my body is like, okay, we're going to be able to eat. But, so, it is a food, I have a food disorder. And thus my mind turns on me and says, you can't eat. But heck, you know, we all know from 0 to midnight to 3 a.m., the best eating times. Yeah, I ate half each night, I admit it. But what's wonderful is these are the Brocks, and we're called the all red jelly beans, and they are so good. This was such a good treat. I'd actually remembered hearing about this, about the all red jellies. So instead of it being, you know, $4.50, I got it for half off. So thus, the GrandTeen has what is it, 3 or 4 bags of jelly beans and those suckers. Now, my son's favorite chili is Stag chili. They had, this is Bi-Mart. Remember, that's my local store that's owned by the employees. 2 for $4, $2 a can. These can be up to $4 a can. Easily $3 a can, no doubt about that. Easily $3 a can, but they can be up to $4. I was happy then to go ahead and get him. GrandTeen's getting all the candy, although Dad loves the candy as much. They are sugar twins, all the way, sugar twins. But my son, his ride and die food, chili. And I got him these 2 cans of his favorite is the Silverado chili. I only have the tiniest little nails that I live in an apartment. I've, lived in many apartments, and in every one of them, I nail things to the wall. And it's never been a huge problem. It's never been a small problem. I nail things to the wall, my artwork and such like that. Well, I needed some stronger nails, and these are 16 of 1 1/4 inch, 16 times. Is that what they're saying? You sure look at. I don't know what that means. It's 16. Because there's more than 16 in here, so I don't know really what that means. I just went by the visual. There's my finger. So, they say that your digits are all, that's about 1 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch. So these are just a little over 1, maybe that, and 1 1/4 long. Is that what they're saying? 1 1/4 inch long. But I need this for some things that I want to hang, and I just have these short little tacking nails. That's what I usually use on a lot of stuff that I hang on the wall, but this is for something that has more weight to it. Thank you. Don't even know how much I paid for those. And lastly, at Bi-Mart, this was $5.77. On Temu, I have constantly looked at the things that they call cable organizers. And there's nothing that's more messy looking and such than my cables, especially next to the lounge. And I'm hoping that you go ahead and put your, what are they showing here? I don't know, is that showing a tablet and a phone? Let's go ahead, people. Let's slide cable organizer box. All right, let's slide this piece off. And what we have, okay, I do believe the top should come off, so let's get that. Yep, okay, yes. All right, nice sturdy top, which in the picture, they are showing you a tablet on a stand-up and the phone on a lie-down. So this area here, that would be fine for the tablet to be in, and the other line on top, it's got air vents on the bottom, and here's the cables. So you're going to have your plug-in goodie. Remember our plug-in goodie? Let's see if this one fits. Okay. All right. So you get to put your plug-in goodie here. And your cords can come out the front. Oh, I will have to really see how this works, that if it really does do the job, that looks cool and drives me less insane? We'll find out, okay? And it was only $5.77, and it would hold cords inside and such as well, possibly. I just have to see. I wanted something to organize with, and I've been trying to jury rig it, that on the side of the bed, blah, blah, blah. $5.77, and they had a larger size, and it was even on like little fake gold feet, and they were up to $7.99. Okay, how's that? We did Dollar Tree and Buy Mart, and the last I'm going to show you in a little quickie from I had gone up to have a walk to Target, and I was able to get this cute little basket on sale. So what I had here is this darling little blue rubbery, wonderful. I love the feel of it. It looks like raindrops, little water drops, cut designs in the side, or maybe they thought they were Easter eggs for Easter. But what a darling color. It was $3, so on sale, half off, $1.50. And needing to be able to have walking destinations, I'm like, okay, walking up to Target is a good walk. And when I'm in Target, I can walk all around the store and get a lot of steps in and just pick up one or two things. This isn't like a huge shopping adventure on this situation of shopping at Target. I was really happy I got this. It was so darn cute. I wanted raisins. I eat sunflower seeds. You know, that's the thing that keeps my IBS in check. Go figure. Gods of God said, Adrian, your IBS is going to be manageable as long as you eat a lot of sunflower seeds. And I do. And in order to make them become a little bit of a different kind of a treat, I'm going to mix them. It's been a long time since I did mix them with raisins, and I may even go get some peanuts and make that just be a sort of a separate trail mix kind of a eat feeling along with that. But one thing that bugs me is Target Circle and these kinds of things, and there was a sign up and it was like Target Circle is $4.49. They were on sale, and I didn't get the Target Circle. I told the girl, it gets so confusing, I don't know, and I'm just, and she's like, oh, don't worry, it should happen, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't. When I got home, always look at your receipt. After, when I got home, I paid the $5 something for them instead of the Target Circle $4.49 sale price. But I got that, and I got Ken's Simple Vinaigrette, because I want to be able to marinate some cucumber that I have, and possibly use this to marinate the beets and such too. Just picked up a couple little things. So see, I could go up, have a walk, pick up just a little bit of something, and I had a walk, and I had some fun, and I get to show you some things that are good for my kitchen as well. All right, people, I'm going to say enough on this one. I'm so glad. I'm going to put you on pause 1 second. I wanted to show you these 2 ceramic little dishes, one square and one circle, and one in the black and white says, be bold. Is that Adrian? Be bold. Yes, of course. And this one says, absolutely, Adrian, tea time, me time. And my tea mug is pink, so that will work with that now that I have the pink microwave. These were originally $1 each, and they were half off, so for 50 cents, I did treat myself, spending $1 for the 2 of them. Okay, that's what I wanted to say I got at Target just by having a little walk. Okay, there's going to be lots more of those, like, I'm going to walk up to Target, get my exercise and maybe pick up one little thing or something at a time. Okay, people, I've just really had a lot of fun. I'm so glad I have so much more to be able to record. I had been ordering a lot of Temu up in anticipation of the price increase on the 25th, which did happen, and also to get things delivered before the May 2nd tariffs. We'll find out more about all that kind of stuff, okay? But here I am, glad, happy to see you. I'll be right back with a kitchen haul of the Fred Meyer food that I bought, okay? See you later, alligators. After a while, crocodiles.